Okay, today I'm going to talk about what are some possible common organizational constraints and how could they lead to counterproductive behavior. First, let's talk about what counterproductive behavior is. Counterproductive behavior is where employees engage in a behavior that is not conducive to the organizational way of doing things, or else the way the place they work at is not conducive to what they do. Okay, now, some forms of counterproductive behavior would be withdrawal and, rudeness to others. Now, you also have other forms of counter work behavior, which is wasting time. And that's where the employee may be upset with the company. And so they start wasting time. Instead of doing work fast like they normally do, they slow down because they're upset. Next thing is sabotaging. The way an employee can sabotage the business is spreading rumors, talking bad about the company to others, making the company lose business, as well as messing with the equipment that may be used, like, whatever the equipment is, messing with it where it does not function properly. Stealing, okay, and this is where the employee is stealing. I said, I don't care if it's just a pencil with the company's name on it. It's not yours, you shouldn't take it. I say, but when it comes really bad, it's when you steal from other employees, which causes a whole lot of ill feelings on the floor. There's a lot of mistrust going on then. Then you have violence. Violence in the workplace. We all have heard about violence in the workplace, stuff escalating to the point where people's lives are lost. Okay, and then there's sexual harassment. And a lot of that goes on. I say, but because of the Me Too movement, it's not as bad as it used to be. But these are things that can cause bad work problems, habits for people. Because if somebody's sexual harassing you, you get to the point where you don't want to go to work, and then you won't tell when someone is bothering you for fear of losing your job. And the other is substance abuse. I say substance abuse is alcohol, drugs. I call them recreational drugs. I say, but that's still substance when you become dependent on it, which can cause problems on the job with your work, because you can't work if you're not there. And a lot of times, prime example is someone that does drugs or alcohol. Hungover, they can't come to work and they can't perform their jobs the right way. Okay, Spectre and colleagues, they divided this CWB, which is counter work productivity or counter work behavior, into 5 categories. One is production deviance, which is what I said earlier about you don't want to work. Prime example is if you are a letter carrier and you do 18 and 8. Okay. But you can do 50, let's say 50 and 25. But because you are mad or upset with management, you go down and you do just the bare minimum, 18 and 8, just enough to get by. Sabotage, I've already discussed what that is. Theft and withdrawal. Now, when I use the word withdrawal, I'm talking about that absenteeism, where you don't come to work, which means you have withdrawn from the company. You're not coming to work, which is putting more work on everybody else, which causes other people to be upset because they're doing more work than anybody else because you won't come to work. And that's being very inconsiderate. And then, of course, like I said, there is the abuse that people inflict on others by talking about them, it's so many forms of abuse in the workplace. It's not always putting your hands on someone, but just being abusive to somebody. And the last one is causes of it would be the norms, which is where you follow what the norms are. And the other one is stress. Stress kills. And the last one is injustices. Being, feeling like you are not worth anything.